Welcome to Florida Education News. My name is Dr. Tony Arza, and today I have the pleasure of sitting down with an Orange County School Board candidate, Marisol Lugo. So thanks so much for sitting down with us.
Thank you for the invite.
One of the things that Florida Education News is trying to do is we want to make sure that we sit down with candidates so that voters have the opportunity to be informed when they go to the ballot box. And we saw that you qualified in Orange County, and we wanted to sit down and ask you a little bit about yourself and why you're running for school board. Could you share a little bit about you?
Of course. Well, I was born in Chicago.
Okay, wow.
Raised in Puerto Rico. So I bring to the board that cultural diversity and good stuff from Puerto Rico, Boricua. Other than that, I raised my 3 kids here in Orange County. I've been living here for more than 17 years. And I'm honored today to say I understand what is sacrifice, what is accountability, what is transparency, responsibility, because I have raised 3 kids, 2 who now are in law enforcement.
Wow.
In Kissimmee. They work for KPD. I have a daughter who now she's a sergeant in U.S. Army.
Oh, we're grateful for all their
Yes.
service. Wow.
So my kids and I, we have been serving the community in different ways for various years. So as I grew up, I always was involved in community activities, social groups in schools, and I ended up studying psychology. So I've been a mental health social worker for more than 15 years now. I also hold a bachelor's degree in psychology and a master's in healthcare administration. So with that being said, when I heard about the chaos that was going on in Orange County with the schools, I had 2 choices. Do I sit and whine about it? Or do I feel this responsibility to stand up and say, I want to put our children first. I want to become that mom for our kids as a lion mom, like I raised mine to become actually a success and successful for their future. Because our students are first. For me, students are first. They are our next generation. Also, when I saw the burnout of our teachers and all the crisis they're going through in the classroom as well, being able to support them in different areas, in different ways. And also being a voice for the parents. I mean, parents in District 2, which is the race I'm running for here in Orange County, while I was in the community doing my social work, I was listening and communicating and out there talking to the people, and they were like, we do not feel we are being heard. We feel we are left behind. So I said, you know what? I could just sit or I could do something. And I'm not a traditional political woman, but I'm telling you, I am a lion mommy, and I'm standing up not only for the students, but for the teachers and also for the parents.
You know, there's something about your answer that I was really struck by when you said sacrifice. You
Yes.
understand sacrifice. I'm just curious, when you meet a lot of different candidates, you hear all the different answers, and sometimes you hear some nuances that make people different. Can you share a little bit about why you think sacrifice and your understanding of sacrifice prepares you well for the school board, or what do you mean by sacrifice?
Well, running this campaign itself is a sacrifice.
Yeah.
I have left behind my job position to be able to run my campaign. Right there, that's a sacrifice. Is probably, I could say, is less income coming inside my own home. But when you believe in something, you have to sometimes sacrifice time, money, even your time that you take for yourself to enjoy, right? So with that being said, for me, sacrifice is just that. Leaving behind some things because you believe that you're going to be able to make a change for the future. And sometimes it's just that, leaving behind something that hurts, and you have to think twice. I had to think twice, even 3 times. Do I really want to do this? And every time I asked the question, I said, I am prepared. I know what is sacrifice. I know what is to be a leader. And I want to put my knowledge in the school board to be an impact for our community, for the school board.
Well, for sure, in Orange County, a lot of the voters and constituents know a lot about sacrifice. There's been schools closing, there's been budget shortfalls. So we're entering into a time where people are learning, whether they like it or not, about sacrifice. And one of the big things that has been leading to those questions of school closure, anytime you're talking about that, people begin to talk about school choice. And they talk about the vouchers or scholarships for students in Florida. Today in Florida, if you're a parent and you want to send your child to a private school, if you want to homeschool your child, if you want to send them to a traditional public school or a charter public school, you have that choice.
Yes.
And there have been some school districts that have complained, some school board members that have complained that that's taking money away from public schools. There are others that say it's not taking the money away from public schools because the money should follow the child. Where do you stand on school choice? Because it is the question of the moment in education.
I support it. I support it because I believe parents are the first teacher for their kids. Parents are also the first influencers for their kids. And if a parent believes that a charter school is the best match for their kid and their lifestyle, then why not? I love that here in America we have choice. We could decide where we want our kids to be educated. My responsibility as a board member is to just look everything and be able to bring transparency and accountability in whatever the choice is. But I love that here in America we have those choices.
Involving parents in a child's education is always, I think, a win for education.
For me, at the end, students is first. And if we're actually looking at what fits for the students, why not? Why we have to fight here and there because of it? No, if a parent believes that's the style or the performance they want to, even for homeschooling, that's a challenge.
Yeah.
To decide to do homeschooling is a challenge.
Sacrifice.
It's sacrifice. I was just going to say that. It's sacrifice, and when I see how different parents fight for their own kids, oh my God, it's impressive. I've talked with different parents why they choose either or, and I agree. And I agree with some of them. Why is it that they're doing it?
Yeah.
So yes, I stand beside the choice that a parent should have their own decision where they want to educate their kids.
One of the big things that parents and families today are struggling with is affordability. And in voters in Florida, in recent polls, and residents in Florida, citizens in Florida, have said that the number one issue for them is affordability, the economy, and providing for their families. Most people don't know that Orange County Public Schools has a $5 to $6 billion budget. I haven't looked at the most recent one, so don't fact check me on it. But it's an extremely large budget, and those dollars are either helping or they're hurting the cause of the local economy. I'm curious, as a board member, how will you make sure that those dollars, those hard-earned taxpayer dollars, are working for the people in Orange County?
Well, we need to look at where the money is going towards. We need to make sure those dollars are going towards exactly a division that is fair and transparent for the community, for our citizens, for our taxpayers. We need to hold accountable every one of those programs where the money is going towards. And I know it's difficult right now with the school closure. I believe it's been around $40 million that is not going to come in because of that. And then other programs are also, are not going to be there when this new season in August of school starts. So it's really difficult. I'm learning my way there, and I'm prepared to keep on learning. So when I stand and I sit as a school board member for District 2, I will make sure that our taxpayer goes towards what it's needed, student first.
So, with that, I kind of want to give you the opportunity to share. Is there anything else that you want, voters and people in the community to know about you and that we didn't ask or talk about?
Well, if they want to look more information about me, they could go to votemarisollugo.com. There's vast information. What are we doing? We're still looking for volunteers. So if there's some volunteers that can jump in and join our race. And also, it is important to back up our community and our district races in August 18th. Some people take for granted and do not go vote. Oh, that's a small race, August 18th. I'll go vote on November. But it is important to put the correct people in the ballot in this election, August 18th. Show up and go vote.
Thanks so much for sitting down with us. It was a
Thank
real
you very much
pleasure,
for this
okay?
opportunity.